Good morning. Warm coffee, beautiful Sunday morning, and here I am. One of the things I've always struggled with over the years when I've been talking about making content is a lot of beautiful, wonderful people talk about, the need to edit it correctly and, of course, basically curate it to be a product that grabs your attention quickly and all that kind of stuff. And I've always struggled with that because there's part of me that's like, well, can't I just be me on the camera? And I understand that's very self-indulgent, but I've always struggled with it. So, or is it self-indulgent? I think for that type of content I was trying to create, it would be. But for this, I just wanted to create a space where I'm me and you can come and be you. And we're not editing. I'm actually going to record, and whatever I record, I'm throwing up on YouTube, or social media, or whatever platforms I'm using, because it's time. I'm getting bored of curated images or curated content. I want real. AI is such a wonderful thing. Technology is such a wonderful thing, but it's making everything feel, well, I guess artificial. Right? And I feel a craving for the natural. Deep within the core of my being, a craving for the natural. So my version of that is just me, chatting to you about stuff and about nothing, I'm looking out at my garden. If you see me looking past the camera, it's because I'm looking out at my garden. It's not my garden. This property is a property I rent. But I feel like when you rent a place, it's you're the caretaker of that space of land and those plants. And not that I do it that well. I'm doing better though, and I feel responsible to add beauty. Things happen, like a citrus tree died about a year or so after I was here. I don't think it was because of me. It just popped away. I've got another citrus over there as well, and I'm wanting to do my best to learn about them. And there's roses that I need to keep alive, and I love roses, and I'd like to plant some more. And I'm just growing a few things. I've always wanted a magnolia, and I'm 52, and I thought, for goodness sake, Katrina, get yourself a So I've got a Mother's Day magnolia, and I've placed it in a big large pot so that it can come with me should I leave this place. It's pretty cool. So I'm learning about gardening and learning about houseplants, and I've always loved them and always wanted them, but I've never been good at taking care of them. But I seem to have come into a little phase in my life where I am taking care of them, so that's good. It's good. How are you going in the world? What's happening for you? Are you traveling smoothly? Or are you traveling and gently? Or is it harsh? Are you sad? Are you sad sometimes? Do you laugh every day? At least once. I've gone from long periods of time where I have not laughed. However, I'm laughing again. Although I always saw humour in my sad times. I could always laugh in my sad times. But sometimes you just get so sad you can't laugh at all. And that happens too. I think it's important to know. I look at the young people, because I have young, well, they're not young adults really, but one's 18. They still feel teenagery, don't they? But particularly this group of kids, because they've all gone through COVID, and it's like we've all lost. Oh, it's so annoying. It's like we've all lost a few years, so they feel like a bit behind in time. Yeah, they feel a bit behind in time, like a few years behind. I don't know what you think. Yeah, I'm just wondering. So what are you doing today? I've got so many things I could do and things I need to do. I'm behind in a few things. Won't surprise anyone who knows me. Yeah, well, I might do some washing though, because that's needed. Made dinner light yesterday. I made a lasagna last night. That was nice. Bit of nurturing for the family. Because here I'm known for my lasagna. Well, a couple of people have said my lasagna tastes nice. I like it because the way I make it. And I'm not Italian, but I think I was an Italian in a past life, because I can be very expressive in the way I talk, and I can get, quite passionate about things, and use my hands a lot, and I don't know, I hope that's not the wrong thing to say, but I just feel, and I love pasta, I love all that Italian food, so maybe I was Italian in a past life. Maybe I was. I don't know. Well, I could look into it myself, actually, couldn't I? Having that spirituality about me, I could definitely look, I should see, I suppose. But that's just something I'd like to wonder, the know at this point in time. Yeah. So, what are you going to do in your day? What else? What are you listening to? What content are you consuming right now? Do you know? Just let me watch, because I promised to give myself a time frame of a few minutes. What content are you watching? Are you watching content that's like hilarious content, interesting content? I only watch a lot of PG&G content these days, because think Hallmark. Because I have had PTSD, and my brain has been quite weary with the PTSD, so I'm very careful the content I put in it. Yar. Isn't the dappled light nice in this space? I'm kind of in the dappled light. Yeah, the content. So you've got to be mindful of your content. I'm not suggesting anything, but are you mindful? Are you mindful of your content? Because our brains are so precious. I was chatting to someone with PTSD the other day, and we were talking about how, because I have PTSD from my work and a few other things in my life. And, and I was talking to a first responder, and we're talking about how the average person walks around and they just have no idea. I mean, I worked in an emergency department too for 10 years, basically dealing with hundreds of deaths. So people walk around and they just have no idea, and I call it blissfully unaware. And I wish that for you. I wish that for every single person. I had a person come in here and say, I'm about to go into one of the first responder fields, and I'm like, I think it's a 6-year career at the max, which isn't that great, because people go in there for the conditions as well, right? A lot of young men go in there because they can do one job and they can actually do that job at the same time. So if they're a tradie, a lot of tradies think, oh, well, I can go and be a fiery for 4 days a week, and then I can come out of it and I can, I can't actually see myself, but I can see my hair went, so I thought I'd just straighten it down. And I can come out of it and then do the 4 days and then go and do my trade stuff, right? So they're kind of thinking this is a great super earner. The thing I want to say to people is it's a 6-year career. After that, your life is forever changed. The system is doing better, but it's not doing good enough yet. Do you want to be the person that when you drive your own car, you have flashbacks, when you're sitting there having a joyful moment with, your family or your partner, when you're having an intimate moment with your partner? Do you want to be the one that's got constant flashbacks coming, intrusive thoughts and images, interfering with those moments? I mean, that's kind of the commitment. That's what you're doing. And it's a heroic job, right? It's heroic. But it's heroic for lots of reasons, including you literally give your life, as in, until you can get healed. People can get healed, I believe that. But you give a section of your life where you're affected by the trauma. From the moment you're affected to the point where you get healed or helped. And by healed, it becomes you're less affected, and sometimes greatly less affected. by you're less activated, and that's definitely possible. But you know, kind of you may never be completely healed. I don't know, is it worth it? I wonder. Does anyone else find washing overwhelming? I've got a wonderful person who's my personal assistant, and she's really good at doing washing. I just think washing is, well, kind of has a life of its own, doesn't it? Oh, and I've started writing again. It's been so nice. I start writing all the time and then it sort of pauses because something will come along. But I'm not going to judge myself harshly for that. I've started writing again. Thanks for sharing this space where we're just being ourselves. I'll plop down from time to time, see how I go with it. No pressure. Have a beautiful Sunday. Did you enjoy the space? Let me know.